Hello, so this is just going to be a very quick case of showing off a basic task that I might use Ruby and some command line stuff for. So I want to quickly search up domains. So if I've got a domain like example.com or example load of nonsense.com, I just want to very quickly know at the command line, is that domain available or is it not? Now, you might use lots of these different websites like whois, looking up stuff, domain registrar sites, things like that. But I want to do it from the command line. I want it just to kind of always work and not, stress anyone's system out or anything like that. So how can we do this? Well, the first thing to do is to kind of rule out whether a domain is registered or not by, does it have any DNS records? That is, does it have any domain name servers that are officially designated to serve up its records? And you can quickly look up this sort of thing using the dig command. So here we can see what domain name servers are being used here. Let's pick a more useful domain name. So you go, you can see the authoritative name servers for Microsoft.com. And one thing that you can do with dig is you can actually get a shorter version of the results, like so. And the reason this is useful is that if I put in a nonsense domain, you get nothing back from that. So that's actually a really good way of working out, are there domain name records for this domain or not? That doesn't necessarily mean, if there are no records, it doesn't mean the domain is available to register. However, someone could register a domain and have no name servers associated with it. It's not that common, but it occurs. So we'd want to also have a backup kind of check to, in the case that there are no records like here, how can we find out if it's definitely not registered? And the whois command is a good way of doing that. So if we do a whois record here, we can see we get a no match. Now, this actually is different on different kind of TLDs have different ways of explaining this. So if I do this, it says this domain has not been registered, but we still get that no match thing coming through. Now, I'm not really that worried about different TLDs. Actually, yeah, see this one, no data found. What else do we have? Let's say like .net, .org. So not found, no match, no data found. I'm actually going to stick with .com for now because that's all I actually worry about for this experiment, but you would extend this kind of search that I'm going to do a little bit if you wanted to cover all these different TLDs. There may be a better way of doing this. If there is, leave a comment. I am, however, going to create a Ruby file using Nano because I'm lame. I use Nano if I'm at the command line. And we're going to start implementing some of this stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the domain is going to be our first parameter that comes into the program. Oh, and I can't type today. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go dig plus short domain. We're not going to sanitize this or anything. We're the only people that are going to be using this. But I could put in some sort of check to make sure, is it only a string? Does it have just dots and letters and numbers and dashes and so on in it? But I'm not going to do that because this is literally for my use only. So we're going to say what's the result, and let's just print the result out just to the screen so that we can see what's going on here. This is the one with the empty lines. So there is actually no result. There you go. See, empty string. So if the result is an empty string, then we know so actually what we could do is we could say unless and this is really scrappy code, but this is just for a quick kind of checker like this, no problem. So let's move on to the second part, like so. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight in with this. Was it no match? Something like that. Yep, no match. Stick that on the end to get rid of case sensitivity. Man, this is so badly structured, this code. However, there we go. And what I'm going to do is just going to clean this up a little bit. Is there a regular expression for domain names? Literally just Google this. What is a regular expression that will match a valid domain name? Okay. I only want something basic. Now, I'm not worried about international domain names and stuff like that. Okay, let's do this. There we go. Very, very scrappy way of doing it. Just add a bit of structure to it, really. It's already flaking out. Yeah, because it doesn't want single letter domain names, even though single letter domain names are viable. But I'm not searching for single letter domain names, so who cares? Okay, this seems to be doing the trick. And here we go. Look, here's another little trick for you. Oh, okay. Why is that not working? How is it that you do ranges in Bash? What am I missing here? Oh. Nope. Oh, okay. It doesn't do ranges in Bash. Interesting. What? Ah, nope. Hang on. I know this definitely will work. There we go. Ah. Doesn't work. Seems I got it right the first time. It's just that my program isn't supporting this. I think it's because... And I'm actually kind of going off of the track somewhat here. If we look at what ARGV is set to in this situation... That's why. I need to make my program support this. This is completely off topic for this video, but hey, let's just carry on. So instead of argv.first, what I want is... wrap this up like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like that. Put this into a method. Again, if I could type... I can't type when I'm on video. Ugh, hang on. There we go. And I've just realised the flaw of doing all this at the command line, which I wasn't expecting this to be a complicated script. But yeah, it makes stuff like this difficult. And we're going to have some control flow stuff to deal with as well, because we want to loop round and round. Da, 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 da. Okay, we've got some work to do. Right, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Let's copy and paste that. Something like that. And I'm not actually going to print the domain at the start. I'm going to print the domain at the end because There is literally no benefit. Okay. Let's just make that error message a little bit more viable. Actually, we don't actually want to quit the program. What we want to do is we will do that. It kind of sucks, but right, let's give it a test with our basic examples again. Okay, that's looking good. And now let's do a search for Ruby 1 through 10. Oh, there you go, Ruby 10's available. Let's just double check that. No, there you go, Ruby 10's available. That's pretty cool. So there you go. We've managed to build something that checks for the availability of domain names, supports the bash globs, and there you go. So now I can use it for all sorts of stuff. So you could search for like combinations of domain names, like let's just choose like football, soccer, cricket, and then like news, briefing, daily. And you end up with something like this. Cricketbriefing.com. What a trendy domain name. That's not very visible, is it? Available, unavailable. I might make a slight change. So what we're going to do is we will go. Let's say true and false. Is it registered or not registered? I think having it in all caps and a lowercase would have it work if you bought that CSV into Excel or something. I think they would be treated as false and true even though they've got different capitalization. So there you go. The ones in caps are the ones that you could register. Football briefing, soccer briefing, cricket briefing. Yeah, no one likes the word briefing, do they? We could do the same thing now with programming languages. Perl, Ruby, Python, Rust, Go, news, daily, weekly. Yeah, there you go. Try that. Ah, they're all registered. But there you go. That's it. Creating a simple tool. What I'm actually going to do, just to make this a little bit nicer, is I'm going to go... Is that how you do it? Whoops. That's the one. Right, user bin end shebang line, and then I'm going to move available to RB to just let's come up with a better name, like domain available. Yep, there's no DA, so what we'll do is we'll move that to DA, and then I'm going to copy that just because this is literally for my private use for now. Use a local bin DA. Is it going to work? Yes, it does. And bam, we're done.